Carsplainers. Alright, so today we're going to go over the 5 pros and 5 cons that we found with the Honda Odyssey. First, the pros. First would be the Magic Slide seats. We think that these are amazing. These are super flexible for us. We use child seats in the second row, so it's nice to be able to move them laterally to get into the third row, as well as kind of have those different configurations there. We know that there are people that are going to need to put the seats away, and so those are a bit cumbersome in the Honda Odyssey. It's really hard to take out. For the people that need to take out or remove or have the full cargo space available regularly, something like the Pacifica is probably going to fit the bill a little bit more, since they have the stow and go seats that fold right into the floor. Next on our pros list is Cabin Watch. So this is the camera-based system mounted in the ceiling that allows you to see what's going on in the back rows right there on your radio infotainment screen. And this is great for us. We have a rear-facing car seat, and to keep an eye on our daughter, the Cabin Watch is just really easy to kind of see, has she dropped something, is she asleep, is she awake? Again, really great visual cue. It's no wonder that Pacifica is taking a similar feature and putting it out on the market later this year. Brings us to our third pro, which is remote start. So this is, again, I think a feature that is highly valuable, especially we're in the DC area, so it gets super hot and muggy right now in the summer. So it's nice to be able to turn that on right from the key fob, really quick and easy, cool the car down, as well as in the winter, warm the car up, help melt any snow or ice off the windows. Again, just really nice feature to have right there on the key fob. Our fourth pro is going to be the modular advanced driver assist systems. So this is going to be not too different from other systems out there, but you can pick and choose what you want. You can have adaptive cruise, you can have regular cruise control, you can have just lane departure warning, or you can have the active lane keep assist. You don't need to be using adaptive cruise control to have the active lane keep, or vice versa. You don't need to have the active lane keep with your adaptive cruise control. So it kind of lets you pick and choose which systems you want to layer in together, and we really like that feature about the Honda Odyssey. Rounding out the pros is easy refills. Again, we kind of showed the fuel filler doors, just push to open, push to close, no looking for buttons, no looking for little levers on the floor, and also it's a capless fuel filler, so you don't have to take the cap off and figure out how to hang it on the door, or rest it somewhere. You don't need to remember to put it back on, and if you don't tighten it enough, sometimes you get the check engine light coming on. So again, just really quick and easy. Probably not doing too much refilling these days, but as you drive and go to the gas station, just really simple execution. We think that this is something that every car should have at this point. Next, we'll go through the cons. So this was a little bit trickier in terms of understanding what the limitations of the vehicle are, and this is just some things that you may want to know as you get into the vehicle. So the first would be that the adaptive cruise control system does not have the low speed follow or stop and go feature. As we saw in our testing video, below around 22, 23 miles per hour, the cruise control system kicks off and reverts back to manual driving mode. So you can't really use the adaptive system in stop and go traffic, which is where I find it to be the most beneficial and stress relieving. So that was the one thing that we knew going into the Odyssey, but still would like to have seen on the Odyssey at this point. The second con would be the lack of center front parking sensors. So on the back of the vehicle, you get the corners, you get directly behind the vehicle, you also have that backup camera. But on the front of the Odyssey, you only get parking sensors at the front corners of the vehicle. So if you're pulling up to a narrower object, let's say a signpost, or something just happens to be right dead in the middle, you don't get that kind of distance proximity warning from the front parking sensors in the Odyssey, unfortunately. The third con is kind of surprising, that the middle row seats that we love so much because they slide laterally, they don't allow you to make maximum use of the cargo space in the minivan by folding flat. They only kind of lean to about a 45-degree angle, and even that they don't kind of lock in there. So you just aren't able to maximize the use of the height of the cabin of the minivan to, load a lot of larger items that are longer, without taking out the seat, which again is, fairly cumbersome in the Odyssey. So we would like to have seen a fold flat mechanism for that second row seat. Fourth con, not really a con, but really a lack, again, of features, is a panoramic sunroof. The only sunroof in the Odyssey is a standard size sunroof, and I know that this is, maybe picking at some nitty-gritty details a little bit, but we've become accustomed to having a large sunroof available, and it's something that my daughter in a rear-facing seat loves to look out when we have a vehicle with a panoramic sunroof. And so the cabin gets a little dark without it in the back, and obviously there's an infotainment screen, and then there's the seatbelt anchor that would kind of inhibit Honda putting in a giant sunroof, but we think that there could be ways around it. Mounting the seatbelt on the seat itself, and having just a second pane glass, back maybe between the second and third rows would really kind of help. The last kind of con, again, kind of missing element here would be no surround view parking camera. So that's that top-down 360 view camera that kind of helps you see parking lines as you park a vehicle. And with minivans being, one of the largest footprint vehicles out there, it would be nice to have, just to see, where exactly you're lining up the vehicle. And then, kind of related to that in terms of camera availabilities is we'd like to see a digital rear view camera become available. We know that this is coming on the Sienna this fall, but with minivans and other vehicles that are this long, and you expect to have a lot of people or a lot of stuff in them, a lot of items or heads can even block that interior rear view mirror. And that's where having that camera mode helps kind of mitigate that visibility back behind the car. But it's not all bad news. For 2021, Honda is making updates to the Odyssey. They have announced that the adaptive cruise control system will be enhanced to have that stop and go low speed follow capability. So excited to see that. And the second row seats are going to have the ability to fold flat. And so that'll be an enhanced functionality of the 2021 model year Odyssey. And from the pictures that we've seen, I think there was just one set of pictures released, it does look like they've added front parking sensors for the center of the vehicle. So that takes away 3 of the cons right there with the 2021 model. One important con that we forgot to mention was from my wife, and it's the lack of passenger lumbar support in the Odyssey. Luckily, this is yet another one of the changes that will be added for the 2021 model, which may soon find its way into our garage, given all the updates and changes.